Right now, 10,000 fans, electric atmosphere, the two heavyweights of darts, Rod Harrington. They want Van Gerwen to win. They don't like Taylor in this part of the world, but Taylor will have something to say about that.
He'll have a big say in this. I mean, the two walk-ons, Taylor was doing a lot of smiling, there was a lot of nervous tension there. Van Gerwen just looked like he's ready for business. Not a lot of facial expressions, just got on the stage, acknowledged the crowd, said hello to Phil and getting on with his game. This is massive, this game. One of the biggest games we've ever witnessed in darts. And Phil Taylor needs to get back. This is where he's going to find out how good his game is at the moment.
How will he cope with the barracking? How will he cope with the pressure? He's seen it all before.
He has seen it all before. We know he's been in the doldrums for a little while. He's coming out of that. If he starts to get behind too much, then it may affect him. But Phil Taylor knows how to deal with this sort of situation because he's done it so many times.
Short format, Taylor's up for it. Doesn't like not being in the limelight, does he?
No, he doesn't. He's got the ump, and when Phil Taylor's got the ump, that's when we see the best. He wants to show everybody that he's still the governor. The young man needs to be put down, and Taylor wants to do it. And it's going to be hard work.
Should be special, Rod, very special. Wayne Marlin, Rod Stud, your commentators.
Sit back, strap yourself in and enjoy the ride.
95.
For the next quarter of an hour, treated to the best that darts can offer. The best there has ever been against the best there is now. And it does not come any more tasty than that. Van Gerwen 7-4 on to win this game. Taylor a 3-1 underdog. The draw obviously a runner, but Phil Taylor has not beaten Michael Van Gerwen in a meaningful
58.
televised match since the match play final of 2014, when he took him to the cleaners and left Michael Van Gerwen in tears.
He did. He made him cry, and Michael said that wouldn't happen again. And he kept his word, because since then he's won 9 of the last 10 meetings, is Michael Van Gerwen. And some of those wins will have really hurt Phil badly, because he's been in front a few times but could not hold on. And he knows that Michael Van Gerwen just doesn't care that he is Phil Taylor. Oh my, what a start.
22nd of the tournament. He's upped his 180 output over the last few weeks, and now the power to pounce for a break in possibly 11 darts. Ooh, well, it'll have to be 12 now. He needs to be just a little bit careful here. Michael Van Gerwen waiting on 150. Taylor wants 88. Michael Van Gerwen at the weekend went bull on 150.
He did. He will not be doing that today. And it was unusual for Phil to miss a single number.
58.
But Michael has had a real stinker of a first leg. Can Phil make it a stonker? 88. 4 doesn't want to start faffing.
Square. Luckily required 92.
Well, 6 darts and a 2-dart combination, double 16, and is that
Second leg is Phil to throw first.
a massive body blow as early on as the first leg?
Michael, you see him kind of smile or smirk, however you want to interpret it. He knows that hurt.
97.
That could have stopped Phil Taylor in his tracks. These matches are not always won with the last shooting of the final legs. They can be won in the first leg. I remember Robert Thornton playing Phil Taylor in the final of the Grand Slam. Missed 5, 6, 7 darts at double in the first leg, and said after, and that was the first to 16, I never recovered.
Here he goes. 6 darts at 41 for Phil Taylor. 4 of them were at a double.
Do you think the single 9 missing it could have just upset him a bit? It's possible. Just looking for something.
140.
Just briefly mentioned the weekend. At the weekend, these two tungsten titans clashed in the sanitised, sterile environment of a Pro Tour event. Van Gerwen won 6-2.
39.
But it was a performance of the highest quality. Phil Taylor had a 1-2-8 checkout, but it wasn't enough to shake the Dutchman out of his stride at all.
He's back in.
95.
Only 95 of his 61st dart. Michael will feel let off. Can he pounce? The answer is no.
42.
This is edgy.
Oh, you require 114.
And Michael van Gerwen, I know he took out the 92, but he clearly hasn't settled.
$14, which he accidentally hit in the last leg. And tops he buries for a 1-1-4 check out and a nice little stomach settler for the 16 times world champion.
100.
Michael's last three averages have read 123, 116 and 113. He's currently averaging 86. Nerves do play a part, even when you are the world's best.
Wayne will beaver away now for the last time Van Gerwen finished a match with 86, and he'll come back in about a week.
125. $81.
Well, have a look at that and register it in your mind. This is a man who averaged, well, he was on the brink of averaging 132 in a darts match 3 weeks ago.
95.
Michael van Gerwen has topped the league the last 3 years. Phil Taylor, the 7 years previous to that.
140.
Quite incredible.
Not where he wants it, that isn't, but needs to find another treble here. So Van Gerwen has got half a dozen at 180 to go 2-1 in front in a game where he is so far below par, it's just not funny.
140.
Michael van Gerwen normally averages more than this on a double start format.
He normally averages more than this in the blindfold format these days.
Never seen that.
90. Michael, you
That's the
require
point.
40.
Tops. Yes,
Okay,
and Michael van Gerwen goes back 2-1 in front. I wonders by the end if that first leg he might come back and think, well, that was Phil Taylor's big chance. Still playing very sedately here, Phil Taylor, and one has to assume this is deliberate from the 16 times world champ to try and slow Van Gerwen
44.
down, slow him down.
And why not? If you know your opponent likes playing a quicker pace than you,
140.
and you have the capability of playing slightly slower, more methodical, then do so. It's not illegal. Just try not to put yourself off.
59.
Well, I mentioned it's been a long time in between drinks for Phil Taylor against Michael van Gerwen, but he was within a dart of beating him at the semi-final
96.
of the Masters. In fact, 7 times he missed a dart to knock Van Gerwen out of that tournament, lost 11-10. He was 4-1 up against him in the UK Open semi-final, lost 10-6. He was 7-3 up at the Grand Slam of Darts final back in November, and eventually lost 16-13. So
47.
many times he's got in a winning position but hasn't been able to convert.
Frustrating for him. Oh yes. One apiece now, but it was the timing. This is on the Phil Taylor throw.
87.
The first break of throw in this match.
85.
Single 20 for tops.
65.
Well, that was a bit careless. Phil Taylor nowhere to be seen in the leg, but Michael, I feel sure, would have been more happy leaving tops rather than dragging it low.
$140. Michael, you require 20.
For 3-1, 3 straight legs also, and no problem for the Dutch starting juggernaut as he goes 3-1 in front. Things are beginning to look dangerous now.
The game has changed.
139.
Michael van Gerwen is in the swing of things and Phil Taylor is wilting. the first leg will have played a part. Of that, there's no doubt.
57.
He started brightly here, Phil Taylor, but his average, as Wayne alluded to, is dipped down now to 92. It's been a tournament full of ton-plus averages for Phil Taylor. 102, 104, 115, 100 dead, 111.
But his has dipped when Michael's has risen from mid-80s to 100 plus. As Phil, it's his second 180.
86.
But at the moment, Van Gerwen is outplaying the 16-time world champ, the 6-time Premier League champ. He's holding it together just that little bit better.
54. Like we require 136. .96.
Perfect setup.
The last two legs, Michael Van Gerwen was on a double, Phil was on 260. Michael Van Gerwen's on a double, Phil's on 210. You have to keep pace with Michael, but at least make him think about it.
Like we require 40.
Tops for 4-1. 4-1 it is. And so far, Michael Van Gerwen has not needed any of the fireworks, the turbo that we've seen in the last few weeks. And some of the stats are quite ludicrous. He's had over half his legs that he's won in this tournament this year, Wayne, have been in 12 darts or fewer. It's preposterous, but he hasn't needed that extra gear so far tonight.
60.
The 92 shot out in 2 darts in the first leg has changed everything.
97.
Because the second leg was really poor from Michael as well, and it could have so easily been 2-0 to Phil Taylor. Then it's a different game. When you get two players of this quality, this calibre, it changes on fine margins.
100.
Phil will be horrified at the performance he's putting in so far. He'll be angered and annoyed.
177.
Michael's average now 105.
Remember back in the day when it was 86, Wayne?
Yes.
60.
Seems a long, long time ago now, doesn't it? Because he's upped it by 20 points. And now has taken a vice-like grip on this match. And Phil Taylor has had no answer. Started so well. Everything went according to the Phil Taylor game plan, didn't it? Until he just bodged those darts at double at the back end of the first leg.
125.
Looked like he was going to win that first leg against the darts.
Indeed. Double 18.
78.
Well, how many times over the years have we said you need to take out the 156s, 161s against Phil Taylor? Well, now Phil Taylor has to take out those kind of finishes against Michael Van Gerwen.
100.
Now he's relying on Van Gerwen muffing this double 9, and he has it. And it's 5 consecutive legs now for the world #1. The man who has won 6 of the last 7 televised darts tournaments, the one that stands out like a sore thumb, is the World Darts Championship.
137.
But everything else has been devoured by this insatiable appetite for trophies of the Dutchman.
140.
No dart player on earth has beaten Phil Taylor more than Michael Van Gerwen. Is it going to be yet another defeat?
95.
The 21st defeat at the hands of MVG. Quite incredible.
He still has the winning record, doesn't he? He's won 27 against Van Gerwen. Well, you feel, how long can he maintain a winning record?
99.
Well, pre-2012, when Michael...
In his previous incarnation.
Yes, when something clicked in July 2012, Phil's record against Michael then was played 18,
85.
won 16.
We require 170.
Just to put it in perspective, even Wayne Mardlow that period has a 50% record against Michael Van Gerwen.
Yes, that's how bad he was.
Now, almost, there's no such thing as an unbeatable sportsman, not at this game at any rate, but he's becoming very, very close to that.
137. Michael requires 74.
Here we go. 20 for tops. 6-1 incredibly in 6 straight legs.
54.
Remember, he beat Phil Taylor 7-0 before in the Premier League.
Got to go, Phil. 60-24. 14 or treble. Bullseye. Pure class. Under all the pressure in the world. Michael Van Gerwen needs a point to guarantee being top at the end of this week.
You felt prior to that dart that Phil Taylor was dangling over the edge of the cliff, just clinging on by his fingertips, but that has hoisted himself back so he can actually get a peek at dry land above. He's now 3 legs adrift. He's got the darts in this leg, but it's still a phenomenally difficult task. Has to win at least 4 of the remaining legs, the remaining 5 to get a draw. He'd have to win all 5 to win.
Phil's only won 2 legs, as you can see, with finishes of 114 and 84. This is a must-win leg. Then he has to assert himself. Does the power in the next.
100.
Well, they were poor. Even though it was a score of 100, you see Phil's reaction after the last dart.
100.
And the bar is raised to such a height now that a score of a ton can just be made to look mediocre by Van Gerwen's second maximum. 19.
139.
Even so, 2-dart finish then for Phil Taylor to get it back to within 2.
59. Phil requires 62.
30, 32. Triple 10. Double 16. Oh, that's good. That's clinical. Along with the 84 in the last leg, this is good stuff from Phil, considering all the pressure he's on. This isn't just a darts match. This is against the most successful player that has ever lived. And we thought we'd never see the like against possibly the best darts player that we've ever seen, which is Michael Van Gerwen. But it isn't over yet.
Well, it seemed over at 5-1, but Phil Taylor has hung on in there and refused to roll over. And now, courtesy of the bullseye finish on 84, the 62, and then the 177 at the start of this leg, has now given himself something of a scent of something.
Needs a 2-treble visit.
99.
Only 99. There's a dart in front. Oh. Right, the door is open now for Phil Taylor.
.43 behind. In front now, and perfectly pitched. Craves a second treble.
105.
Okay, that's fair enough. That leaves Shanghai. What will this leave, though?
140. So you require 120.
60-20 tops. He's done this hundreds of times, thousands possibly. 20. What a marker that is. He could not have walked up to the board and put that second dart in a better spot. It made the double top look massive. Magnificent.
Game on.
It's 5-4 to Michael Van Gerwen. Was 5-1, 3 legs on the bounce from the power.
Wow, remarkable. 5 or 6 minutes ago, you were sitting there, weren't you, thinking, what an anti-climax this is. Now you're thinking, what a game this is. Phil Taylor scrapping
5-1 down. Phil Taylor has managed to hit an 84 on the bullseye after Michael van Gerwen had a dart for a possible draw, then took out 62, then started 177 and ended with 120. That is under the cosh to do that.
60.
That's why he's achieved all he has. What a mindset.
Back in 2007 in Sheffield, from memory, it
134.
was a similar showdown against Raymond van Barneveld when they were the big two cats in the darting jungle. Taylor went 5-1 down in that match and won. Was there a repeat? He looked like he had no chance halfway through that match, just as he looked like he had no chance tonight at 5-1 down, with Van Gerwen having a dart for 6-1. Say what you like about this man, he hasn't lost his competitiveness or his refusal to lose.
Indeed. He's in. Looking to leave 64. And does. Michael van Gerwen looking to hit a 170. We have not seen one of these in this year's Premier League. We have not seen one of these in this year's Premier League. The situation comes about and Michael van Gerwen wins that leg with a 170, but more importantly, it's a guaranteed point. And did you see Phil Taylor approached the hockey and Michael said, hold on pal, it's me to throw. That was a break. That was emphatic.
That was mesmeric. That was a real hammer blow, but he's only gone off with 57 as Phil Taylor looks to regather himself.
$140.
Superb. What a reply. Michael just losing a bit of composure there the first two visits.
Well, the 170 would have stopped almost every player in his tracks, but it has not derailed Phil Taylor. He has carried on as if nothing has happened. He's gone 140, 140 against the darts. Good. Goodness me! He leaves 170.
Special players are sent to do special things. This would be one of those.
96. Like we require 170.
He cannot do it again.
Why did you say that?
But great sentiment. What a performance here from Phil Taylor, trying to cling on here against the throw. Can he possibly? He can now. 25 bull. Oh, that is so tough.
112.
That is so tough.
Like we require 36.
He just threw the last dart away, missing the 9. But Michael van Gerwen to beat Phil Taylor 7-4 wants double 18.
18.
A chance that he didn't expect. The last dart was thrown away. Instead of hitting a 9, he hit a 12, so he has to waste the dart. This for a break of throw, double 4. That is a break of throw, that is double 4. Phil Taylor now is throwing for a draw.
Game on.
We mentioned the match where Phil Taylor missed 7 match darts to beat Michael van Gerwen. It was in the Masters semi-final. Tonight, Michael van Gerwen has missed 3 to beat Phil Taylor, who has come back here, let's not forget, from 5-1 behind and being smacked on the chin with a haymaker with a 170 out.
The 170 from Michael seemed
140.
to have done the job, but Phil's having none of it. Messed up the 125 finish, but Michael made a real hash of double 18, and now the power is in control.
What a performance this is. What a match this is now.
135.
The kettle is coming right to the boil. 5 points in it. Can Phil Taylor go out in 6 from here and get a draw? He's played nigh on the perfect leg.
140.
Brilliant. 3 140s on the bounce when you need to hold throw.
180.
I have no words.
81.
Good grief. Now Phil Taylor, can he hold it all together here to earn a priceless point in the Premier League? He's going to get one dart and one dart only, and it will be at double 13 for a draw. What a draw! What a performance! What a fight back! The 16 times world champion is not finished yet by any manner or means. From 5-1 down, he gets a point. Van Gerwen missed 3 darts to win the match. He missed a lot at double 18, and Taylor has somehow earned a share of the spoils. How will that pan out for the rest of the Premier League? They stay joint top of the table. What a match between the big two.